Hello and welcome to my Elevator Mk4 demonstration. This is my first YouTube video. I did a little one up with my puppy, but that's not really counting. It's my first proper YouTube video, so please be gentle with me. This is my Minecraft elevator. I'm using the Sphax HD texture pack with a mod texture pack added on top on a custom Minecraft server of my own PC that I dedicated to Minecraft. I manually patched and got the mods to work on a bucket server, so this is not a Tekkit server and mods. However, the only mods used for this elevator is Redpower and very fractional part of Industrial Crafts or Buildcraft, which could be replaced with a Redpower equivalent, and they are both in Tekkit anyway, the latest version 3.1.2 at least. So anyone interested in making this design or copying this design, it can be done in Tekkit. This one hasn't been, unfortunately. If anyone wants a tutorial, they'll have to request it, and if there's enough demand, I may make one. So time to show you what it's about. There's a lot of expanders here, some of which aren't used because this is designed to be very expandable. So the first cable from the expander is on ID 3. It's orange cable and it's for the mechanics, which is obviously the up and down. You have a block breaker here which will destroy any blocks as they line up there, and a block placer which will place any if there's nothing there already. And it will recycle the items. They'll come through this pipe and it will go back into the placer, so whenever it breaks one it will obviously refill the breaker. If anyone's unsure, there's plenty of YouTube videos with these sort of systems. I didn't use them to make it because it seems fairly obvious to myself, but yes, it's a fairly simple design. I do use a golden pipe to speed up transport that can be turned on and off with a computer, but there's no need to. This is the cabling for the solar panels. I had to give dedicated power to the motors for this because they do use a lot of power because of the speed and the amount they move. So then there is yellow for pistons. Now, it may not immediately be obvious why I've got pistons, and I'm going to try and make this video short because I tend to run on, and the pistons are required to stop the elevator overshooting a floor because I make it move so fast that my method of detecting what floor it's on, usually it misses by one if you go too fast, so that stops it happening. Door mechanics, which is used to open and close the doors. If you look through here, you can't see it on that floor, but there are doors on this elevator. Call buttons, obviously that's fairly self-explanatory. That's the buttons that it's input, so it takes the input signals from the floor to decide what floor to go to. Elevator, obviously anything that's cabled into the elevator runs through that, and floor levels, that just keeps an eye on what floor it's on, which uses an input to know when to make certain decisions and stop moving, which is a combination of pistons and the floor level indicator. It doesn't just use one. This is the computer for the elevator itself because it has its own dedicated computer, but it's very simple. There's so little programming, there's no need for memory modules, they're just there just in case. So these circuits here we have are wired in from the elevator as a manual override for going up and down, so it will send a signal down the pink cable, I believe. It looks pink to me, and that will either place or destroy a block. It will try and do both, but only one will usually happen. And then it will have a slight delay before it sends a signal to go up or down, and that's how the manual override works. Hardwired shouldn't be possible for it to fail, although the timings may be off, which has caused me a couple of glitches. I think I fixed them, but I won't demonstrate the manual override up and down because I don't want to risk that on a tutorial. I want to keep fairly short and not have me spending ages trying to fix silly mistakes. So the elevator is on this floor, so there's not much to show. Here, floor 1, the light is on, and it's obviously here, so that makes sense. floor 2, floor 3, floor 4. This is a 4-floor system. It supports up to 15 with the wiring, but the computer programming is, each floor is hard-coded at the moment because any other method I haven't gone to the lengths of doing yet. I may eventually do on the next Mk4, a more dynamic method. So yes, you can press the call button. It would be a bit pointless on this floor. I mean, if you press on this floor, it'll close the doors and then realise it's on that floor and open them again. So it's a bit pointless. But you will have heard a beep there, which says it's on the correct, it's on the floor you're after. I will demonstrate it from another floor first, and then I will show you the elevator working as it expects. This is just a viewpoint. So it can go up more than one, and the floor heights are not identical. That's something that's quite key because a lot of elevator designers I've seen, they rely on each floor being set height. So if they're all 8 high, it just repeats the same process. It moves 8 blocks high, however many times for the floors. So if you're going up 2 floors, it just moves 8 blocks high twice. To me, that's cheat. It's a bit of a cheat. I mean, it's fair enough, it works, but it's a bit limiting if you want to make something which is slightly different heights. So press the call button. This should come up. There is a design flaw with the pistons at the moment, which you will have heard, and it might cause a problem here. I will cross my fingers and hope it works. I have fixed the programming for it, so there should no longer be an issue. But I haven't reprogrammed on the computer, programmed it on the computer in here because it's fourth, and editing code afterwards can't be done, so you have to reprogram a large portion of it. And it appears it has glitched, so this will be a perfect time to show the problem. Oh no, it hasn't glitched. It was taking its time. I forgot just how far it has to travel. It's possible it did glitch and that delayed it, so we'll just have a quick check. No, good. I will share the problem later, but for now, feel that. So inside the elevator, you have a separate call button or a separate go-to button for each floor, so you can go to any floor you like. We're on to floor 3, so let's say go to the top floor. So that'll close. It's a bit juddery. It's my only problem with this elevator, and it's to do with the size and the complexity. Well, it's more the size of anything of the elevator. There's just so many blocks to update that not everything runs as smooth as I'd like. I suppose I should leave this open. All my cabling for the motors, because these run on frames, which you should be able to see down there. They run on frames and motors, and the motors cabling is all in this floor 1 depth thick, which is why this was a very tricky project, to try and hide the cables so well they are fitted in this one block. And I can show you. It's been a bit slow to respond, but okay. There we go. Yep. So you can see the cable is hidden under here, and there's 2 on either side of Redpower cables, and then there's 2 Bluetooth, one Bluetooth cable every side to get the electricity to the motors. I'd recommend, if you're not familiar with these things, to look them up on separate videos. So the indicator light still says it's on 4, which is right because we were on 4 when we left it. Oops, sorry. And yeah, I think as far as functionality goes, that's pretty much all of it. You don't just have to use the buttons, however. The manual override up and down are there, and the computer is here, so you could choose to, in fact I can send it on its way, so let's give it 100 ticks delay, and then go to floor 2. So now that will go there. So if we just wait, that will decide to go in a moment. There we go. For a brief moment that flashed, that is another programming error I made. I forget why. I don't remember if I fixed it either, but it's it doesn't cause any problems, it just for a moment that flashes and it shouldn't. But yes, so that's the functionality. The elevator will now be going on its way, doing what it does. And the pistons, might as well show you them now. They run on a toggle circuit, so or I call it that. It's an AND gate with the cables going straight into it, and then the opposing version is an AND gate with a NOT gate connected to one of the cables, which this is one of them. So it goes to a NOT gate. That means that if one is on, the other is off, and if the other is on, the other, so that only one can be on at a time. And I use the black cable, which is the last one, as a toggle to say you're either opening the doors or closing the doors. You're either going up or you're going down. That way you can get 15 floors out of a single bundled cable, rather than the 8 floors you'd be able to get if you had a separate cable for up and down on each floor. So it increases the number of floors the system's compatible with without adding more bundled cables and more tricky circuits and wiring. So obviously these are a little bit of a pain to fit, but they do work quite well. The problem with the pistons is that for a moment it opened essentially I programmed it being a bit silly. I turned the toggle on after I turned the floor level on, so it will say, okay, you're going to floor 4, and then it will open up the piston for floor 4, and then I go, oh, actually you're going down to floor, or up to floor 4. Let me think. Yeah, up to floor 4. So then it will turn on this signal, which will then turn that off and turn this one on. Well, it will happen so quickly that the block that was connected to this will hover and then get stuck. It will then block the elevator from going up when you don't intend it to. So I fixed the code. It's literally changed the order in which, in my notes, I switched the code. I haven't switched it in the actual programming because it's very tricky to change code after you've written it, and it's over 400 lines of code. It's although it is modular to a degree, it's still not going to be a 2-minute job, so I haven't done that yet. Didn't realise it'd gone day, so yes, it stopped on floor 4 too. Okay, there was a problem with recording just there, but I might as well wrap it up now. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any nice comments, please post them. Any nasty comments, don't waste your time, you must go somewhere else. Also, I forget if I mentioned, but the reason for posting this video is because in my opinion there is no advanced elevators out there. So I thought I'd demonstrate that you can make some very advanced and very cool stuff with Redpower 2. And therefore in Tekkit. If anyone wants a tutorial on this, as I think I said at the beginning, just leave a request, and if there's enough demand I may make it. It's quite a long project, so don't expect the tutorial to be up immediately. It may take some time, but I will post on the comments section if I'm going to post one, and keep you updated. Anybody has any ideas of any other features that could be added to this elevator, I'd greatly welcome it, because I'm always trying to think of ways to make it more sophisticated or faster. And in the links I will also include a link to the programmer source code, so if anyone can see any timing issues or slight errors or improvements they can make to that, feel free. Yeah, so that's me signing off.